Hello. Hi, Allison.
I did my protection circle. Hello. I can't remember which protective circle that was that I did on the thing. If it's as in casting a circle or protective circle, I use eggshells usually for protective circles. Um, was it into casting a circle or a circle of banishment? I do a counterclockwise circle, which is sort of like calling in the quarters, but counterclockwise for the purpose of banishment and expelling any form of negative influence from the circle in which you wish to work. Um, books. Uh, that's a tough one because there are so many, and to be completely honest, every single book, especially more modern ones, they are derived from other forms of books going way back. Um, However, if you're very open about your craft, you're welcome. If you're very open about your craft and you are very objective in how you practice or how you study, which you should be, in my opinion, you should be. Don't just focus on the light because you're missing 50% of there is to learn. Okay? Doesn't mean you have to put it in practice, just learn. Um, then try to get a bit of everything, especially. Are you all right? Um, especially some books that some people may steer away from, shall we say. Uh, Goetic magic, even when doesn't mean you have to practice, but even studying other forms of practice that belong to others can be really useful. All right. Um, in terms of a book, there is a book here that is really good for sort of beginner stuff. To be honest, not just beginner stuff. I can't grab it because the bloody camera is resting on top of it, but it's basically by Jason Miller. He's done a few books, but Sorcerer's Secrets are just taken from so many different things that he's used into other things, and I use that a lot because it's really kind of just reduced down to what needs be for you to then interpret and use it how you want in your magic, which is really useful, really helpful. Um, Other forms of things is Celtic magic. It's called just Celtic magic. Um, Hello, modern Valkyrie. That's good. Um, Once again, some people completely disregard. The problem is when someone is writing about their practice, it's their practice. It's not your practice. Um, and that's where there's a problem. Your perception and what you do is completely unique to you, and it needs to be.
I'm listening.
I can see that. And yeah, so you have to make your own judgments and assessments on things, and that only comes from being drawn to things. I will say this: when you go to when you go to no, not just from me, obviously, but when you go to new age shops, I call them, which are kind of like magic shops, but that only focus on the love of light. Um, they'll have. I know I love the Rocky Horror Picture Show. They only have. I know no one's prepared for the time warp. They only have certain books that are very popular mainstream books. That's great, but mainstream books are popular because they're mainstream. That's all. There are so many other good books, but you have to hunt for them. You won't find them in those new age shops. Okay. If you wanted to look at old forms of magic, traditional witchcraft, then a publicist that I suggest you look are Labyrinth books. Fantastic books. Labyrinth books have some fantastic things where they do research using old forms and even things for like looking at old black books, they call them in like Cornwall, when it comes to magic and those that are formulated hundreds of years old. Really cool stuff. Labyrinth Books, the publishers, they have a website. A little bit pricier because it's in England, but I love it. I have almost all of them. I need to get a few more of those books. Worth their weight in gold, honestly. Um, yeah, so I hope that helps. Sorry, that was a really long-winded explanation, but it is a difficult answer in many ways. Oh, thank you, Space Cat. Space Cat. Thanks, love. I've already got some.
I did. So.
Hi, Wicked Rose Healing.
Hi. Hold on. You say hi. How would one get a reading from you?
We'll get to that in a second, actually.
Just why, Grant? You seem very talented.
Oh, thanks.
Here for the booze, hey. Thank you very much for your reading. Oh. Hello. Hi, Amanda. Hi, Wicked Rose.
Also, there's only so much you get from books. Theory is all well and good, but there is so much more experience comes from practice. That's what it's called, practice.
Yeah.
So do it. You make mistakes. It's fine. The world isn't going to end. A lot of people think that. I mean, if you could summon something up that was truly dangerous or bad for whatever form of practice, then, so many people would just be effed, and they're not. It's difficult to do something like that.
That is your gorgeous Harry Queen.
What? Harry Queen?
Harry Queen, yeah. Thanks for the rose. A Libra has no name.
That's done that.
Yeah.
Can I have Wax Fang on now? Don't roll your eyes at me.
Ouija boards are not a good idea, right? I'm always worried about bringing in any negative energy.
Ouija boards, I'll tell you why Ouija boards have such a stigma to them. Because, tarot cards, unless you have built talent, natural talent, or learned how to use them, tarot cards are just tarot cards, right? I know she seems nice. No, I'm joking.
Wow! What was it called? The Wizard Chiefs?
Here for the booze, that's correct. What? Wax Fang. Majestic Wax Fang. And it takes any form of training, any form of experience out of the equation. So therefore, just like you see in like horror movies and stuff, kids playing with Ouija boards. However, the Ouija board was first invented of a way of the subconscious in order to communicate with the subconscious. In that fact, I would say that being able to communicate with your subconscious on that kind of very easy level is more dangerous than actually talking to spirits. There's another reason why I don't like them personally, but yeah.
Have we made the announcement yet?
We have not. I was going to wait just a little bit more.
Oh, okay. What have you guys been doing this week?
Working.
What's everyone up to?
Working. The hair in my mouth. That's not fun.
Working.
Working. Got to keep the wheel, what's it called? The wheel. Got to keep the wheel turning.
Oh, come on.
Oh, vacation. Whoop.
Vacation.
Not unpacking. You haven't unpacked yet. Nice. I like that. F this. I'm done. That's Monday me's problem, right? The sun rises to the blind, beyond for majestic. Be the most beautiful thing that they ever had seen. Ah, nice. Some things are not.
How did you
what
get to
they
the reading
seem.
tarot cards, and how would you know?
How would I know what? Oh, how would you know that you're okay? Confidence is a key, certainly, but you can only really build confidence by doing. Um, I was raised by witches, and they made a living off of forms of healing, herbalism, and readings. Um, so I was exposed to it very young, and while people will wait in our front room, hashtag not hashtag slash waiting room, I would give them readings as a tiny child, um, that they didn't want, but they amused me. Um, so, and as I got older, obviously, more and more, and I just kept doing it. And so, I said this to someone the other day on a live, and this is the best advice I can give you. You know that you have people who are readers, okay, and then you have people who call themselves intuitive readers, okay. So your intuition is something that you need to work on. So in order to use your intuition, what happens if you get some cards, these cards, for instance, and you turn it over, and you look at that one, the Knight of Pentacles. You say, well, there's forms of abundance there. Something is coming on. Perhaps there is drive, passion in something that you are wanting to take forward. Great. You look it up in a book, and it tells you this and that. But it may say something else to you. But because you've read from a book, because you started off by reading it from a book, you then doubt what your intuition is telling you because you know what the book says. So to start, what I would recommend anyone who starts tarot is use your intuition first. Don't look at the book. Put the book aside. Don't throw it away. Just put it aside. And work on intuition, what the cards say to you every time for each reading. When you become confident in how you see, how you perceive this, and what you feel from these cards, and you've got it down in that way, then look at the book. Because then you're just adding to it instead of covering up what you already intuitively feel. Um, that some other people will say the opposite. Some people will say do the book first and then do the intuitive, if that works for them. Do I have a favorite method of divination? Certainly. These are very good for specific questions, like things, cards. Okay. Um, for general, almost like a map, bones. I use bone readings. Bone readings are great for general overview. There's something that I have done for ever since I was quite young, collecting things. Didn't really know what it was called at the time, but that's what I did. And they move. In my mind's eye, I see each one that goes in a direction, and they all move together, and they kind of communicate and dance around each other, creating a pattern that can be interpreted. For me, that's fun. I love that. Bones. It's always surprising to me in some way how it works. It's more kind of, it just feels magical. I love the noise it makes when you cast them, you know. Um, but I also equally love tarot. So I don't know. It's tough, but I do like bones. Towards bones a bit.
Bones.
Mm. Thanks for that song, love.
Yeah, no problem. You're welcome, Allison.
Get back to Rocky Horror. You don't have it.
Anyway.
I need to move the microphone out of the way a bit. Sorry, YouTube people. If is anyone on YouTube?
Yeah, Allison's on YouTube.
How is the actual camera on YouTube? Because this looks wonky as f.
It actually is perfect.
Really?
Mm.
Really?
I would say,
Because the camera's like
only
this.
thing is like this way maybe. I mean, it was good before. Now I've messed it up. Done messed up the box.
It is a much more natural form of communication. It speaks more my language to me rather than me having to pry at it as I would with tarot sometimes.
Oh, that's what I did.
And what are you doing? What?
There.
Oh, do you want
It's stuck on an
push
angle.
that button in and it moves?
Oh, see, that would have been helpful to know.
Well, that's what I was trying to say, but I couldn't think of the words.
There.
Sorry,
YouTube.
For instance, pendulums. For me, pendulums are really difficult. Every time I use a pendulum, the thing goes mental, and I'm like, "Well, pick a potato. Come on, what's it going to be?" And it's just like, "Rrr." So I very, very abruptly stopped that. I was like, no, not for me. It's just a matter of what, you have to play to your strengths in that way. What's this? This isn't the Rocky Horror Picture Show. Oh, you're playing Diane Wood. That's changing the atmosphere immediately. I do like this song better. Now, so, are you sure? This is my own personal listening thing. It's not what I listen to when other people are around. It's what I listen to when I cut the grass.
Yeah. Woo-hoo.
Exactly. It just narrows them. Yeah. Something. It's a conduit. Something like a telephone. Or, Tea leaves. Tea leaves fascinate me. I love tea leaves. I can't drink that much tea. Imagine doing tea leaves on live. I'd be drinking so much tea. Anyway, like no more. But I want my reading. No.
A bucket underneath your table.
A bucket, just like now. So, by the by. Oh, really? That's awesome. Damn it, Janet. I had a massive brain fart then. Oh, yeah. So, if you would like a reading, you can tip it at $10 minimum for a reading tipped. You can tip via Cash App, PayPal, or Venmo. Linktree is in the bio there. Please remember to leave your username and a question if you have one pertaining to the nature of your reading. From Ukraine. That's awesome. I am a tea drinker. I love my tea. I used to drink loose tea. We have some loose tea. What kind of readings do I do? I do tarot readings, bone readings, and that's pretty much what I keep to the lives because I used to do forms of like spirit connection, but to be honest, it takes a long time and it makes me very tired, and it's already quite late, and it's difficult. But I have other things. If you go on the link tree there, there's a link to my website, and there are, I don't know how many options for different readings there. There's a lot of everything I do as well. But these are just for the lives. It's usually tarot or bones, or even the form of like, if something comes through in the way of a message, then I relay it, but I don't try to make contact in that sense because honestly, when I'm here, it gets annoying because they don't go then. And then I'm like, it's just very distracting.
You should do some spirit guide ones. We haven't done any spirit guide ones in a while.
I don't do them on live. That's what I was just explaining, and you weren't listening.
Were you? Were you talking about the people around?
Where do you go when like during these lives every week?
Wow. In Moderator.
You meant that.
I missed it also. Hey, I'm not alone.
You have an otter spirit. Otter is my favorite animal. I love otters.
The animal died.
Oh my god, but they're just. I love them. They're always so happy, and they do such wonderful things. Otters do. You know, one of the things I love about otters, apart from the fact that they hold hands when they sleep on their backs floating so they don't drift away from each other, but they also give each other little perfectly round, smooth stones, river stones. And that's their engagement stones. They give them each stones, and then technically it's like a mating thing. They give them a stone, and then they mate for life, and they keep those stones for the rest of their lives. That's so cute. Also, they're like a bit like the toad in witchcraft. The toad. The reason for the toad being so important is the conduit between two worlds, between the world of the dead or others, water and land, ours. The otter is the same in that way, and there's always been that sort of mystical element to them, you know, which is quite cool. But you never see a sad otter. They always cheer me up every time I see an otter.
You ready?
Are you ready?
Yeah.
All right.
Blessings for B.
Okay. Do you have a question, Blessings for B?
Pennsylvania.
I like that. Salmon's like pushed down the way. It's like, nope, I'm here. I eat salmon. General. Okay. Let's do both. There are forms of protection, that which you are protecting yourself from. Here and here. What you protect yourself from, however, is something that seems to be a reoccurring thing. It's like, oh no, here it comes again. Almost a form of thought pattern. Thought being here, doubt resting on. Perhaps protection against your sense of or thoughts of how you can accomplish things or self accomplishment. There is fear here that can lead to sadness when it comes to forms of opportunity. Being hesitant to take an opportunity here. This is more of a past thing. There is opportunities for great treasure and love. Courage moves out slightly. It does not keep on its trajectory. Instead, there is this I'll wait for a bit sort of feeling. Now, intuition leads here to forms of control, frustration guided by strong passions. There is here happiness and joy. However, it is not fixed, it is not sturdy because of this form of a bubble. You hold yourself into that bubble, looking on the outside. It is only a matter of time before that bubble must be breached. There are friends, family, others here, will even desire perhaps to even connect in some form. But pain, the ego is what holds on to pain here. This is the destroyer in many ways, the ego. Control over these things is kind of jeopardizing forms of a decision, enabling you to get to a place of success here. There is strength, but the strength is held very much in that which is not seen, that which you wish maybe desperately to know the ins and outs of, but it would not do. This is one of these things here that are telling you that you require a leap of faith in order to get to something, to reach a plateau, or to reach to the other side. Hmm. The past has something to do with it, this form of success, but only just briefly it touches. It does not stay, almost as though going backwards, going to something that perhaps you are afraid of, or reassessing something. You are not the same person, so therefore it will not be the same. But that is for you to find out. I hope that helps. Ooh, itchy.
Oh, blessings to be. If your phone died, it's actually on YouTube, so you can hop over to YouTube and it'll be there too.
Yeah, it's on YouTube and it's pre-recorded there because we're live on YouTube. So you go to YouTube. My link tree up here has YouTube as well. So it does have YouTube in it still, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So you can view it there. Just start watching and fast forward, and you'll get it. My allergies are playing up.
Tell them to stop.
Stop allergies.
I got your tip, Mercurial Madness.
Sky Blue 22. Told the ghost in my house that I would ask about him during your next live, so this is me following up on that. Is there anything I need to know from Cliff Jude, or anything I need to know about interacting with Cliff? Okay.
Cliff!
Aww. Okay, this feels like gentle. It's not shyness, but it is very kind of reserved, pulling away. Very introvert in many ways. Now, I'm seeing something here that is made of wood, and I don't know what it is. It's like, it looks like an old carpenter's tool, like an old plane, or a right angle, something like the old ones that are made of wood, that sort of thing, and forms of like a box, something like that. He was really into carpentry. Oh. Okay, you have cats, don't you? Your cat interacts with this spirit. Um, it's more than that. Your cat terrorizes the spirit. It's kind of, I get this like of a cat kind of trying to paw and follow, and someone stepping away like no, no, like this, and the cat just keeps going. Um, the cat's not afraid. The cat's not aggressive in any way, but the cat's like, hey, hey, like, and, and this spirit's like, no, no, don't, no, like,
Shoo, I don't want that.
there is this wonderful contentness, like you're happy, then like if you're happy, then I'm happy. But it's really weird. Like I'm guessing this person's lived in your house, um, because it's the feeling I get is like I know I don't live here. but if you're okay with it, I won't be any trouble. That kind of thing. Very sweet, very kind of like, I get it. Which is really quite sweet.
The pendulum answers, I don't really care for them.
Yeah, it's like 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 this. But it's not like I hate cats, get away. It's very like respectful in that. It's like I get it. I don't live here. But if you don't mind, like I won't be any problems. Which is really nice. Everyone wants a ghost like that, honestly. Yeah. Kind of like I see a picture of someone. It's like light greyish, silvery hair, blue sort of shirt, a little bit hunched over like that, and trousers. That's what I'm seeing. Oh. Yeah. I hope that helps. But there's like this. Yeah. There's nothing. There's no form of complaint. There's no. It's just I'm having. Is he hunched over a workbench? Yeah, the whole carpentry thing comes in a lot. As I was saying, is like holding this form of like a plane or something, like. But it's more like there's a wall. I'll show you what I'll tell you. Try and describe what I saw. There's a wall. Okay, so imagine like this way actually, because it's your perspective. So there's a wall here, and there's a door here. Okay, and then there's like a side table or something, maybe a television. I don't know, something here. And then there's a window over here, and there's a man standing there just before the doorway, and he kind of turns and walks back, and he turns and he comes back again, but he's kind of like slightly hunched. He's not like fully hunched, but he's slightly hunched. Yeah, I hope that helps. I quite like his energy. It's
Bob Ross.
It's Bob. No, it's not Bob Ross.
It's a bit Bob Ross.
It's not Bob Ross. It's
Bob Ross with cats.
Bob. What?
Sans kitty cats.
Yeah, Bob Ross likes squirrels. Yeah. Oh, right. Happy trees. Oh. Whoa.
80s music.
Oh, that's sweet. There is another thing I got. It's really, it's very minuscule, but it's a thing. There's this big rush of like smell of coffee, like strong coffee. Okay. But what follows it is this almost joyous feeling, as though, I don't know if when you're making coffee, but it's like he gets that. He feels that kind of like, if you know what I mean. I don't know how to explain that, but it's just maybe he likes the smell of it. He likes coffee or like coffee. Yeah. That can go now because that's really annoying. Yeah. Hang on. Like
Just
really,
a city boy.
really strong coffee.
Born
And I'm cutting out coffee lately, so I haven't had any coffee for days and days and days. Oh, that's strong.
That was Cliff's wife. Yeah. Offer him some coffee. Make sure it's that what was it,
You're
Turkish?
welcome. Turkish
French pressed coffee.
This is a great song.
Seen him in a smoking room. Smell of wine and cheap perfume. For a smile we can share the night. It goes on and on and on and on. Strangers. cocktail.
You have a what? A cocktail.
Ah,
That's a pint of wine. It's not a
pint.
cocktail.
show the people my wine.
It's not a pint, but it's just that I have a cocktail. It's a jar of wine. Fancy.
Somewhere in the night. Classy lady right here, baby.
An improv class.
To get my thrills. All right.
Everybody wants a friend.
Mm.
You get every single lyric of every single song you've ever sung
That
wrong.
is a bootleg cocktail. Mm-hmm. Yes. Yep. Yes, thank you. Yes, it is.
It's just a step up from drinking it out of the bottle. It's my cocktail.
I'm class lady.
You might as well like drinking it out of a jar, calling it a cocktail, drinking it out of a boot.
I mean, if it was a thank you, Blue Eyes. I mean, if it was a
That's very much Amanda energy. I don't get the lyrics wrong.
Yeah.
The songs are wrong.
It is
Box wine.
wine from a bottle.
It is
I'm old
bottled wine.
Greg.
I'm old Greg. Drink Baileys from the few. Do you love me? Are you playing your love games with me?
Are you playing love games with me?
Because I need your love alive. Come
Oh
on
my
now.
God.
Stop believing.
Oh yeah, our neighbors I think avoid us now. I don't think they like us anymore.
No, it's been weird actually. They used to like speak to us.
Maybe they're just really busy.
They don't speak to us anymore. I don't know why. We're
Because they
really
know you're a
nice
witch.
people.
Burn the witch.
You know that may be it.
What? Uh-oh. You saw something for a split second? What was it?
I've been seeing things so much lately, like shadow forms and stuff, especially around my office door. Not from the inside because nothing gets in without that, but from the outside.
Ooh, a door was open at my work this morning. That freaked me out. A door that I shut. Anyway. Oh, your kid said, Audrey said that the ghost popped out on her. Ooh, I don't like
Ooh.
that. They probably are jealous. They don't have wine in jars.
Cocktails.
They don't have cocktails. They don't have classy Amanda cocktails.
I love how you tried to pass that off as well. You thought, oh, he wouldn't call me out. It's a cocktail. No, it's just
Oh.
a wine in a jar.
She told them, hi, get out of my house. Good job. You know the routine.
Well done.
Good job, big girl. Yeah, Samhain is approaching.
Samhain.
Samhain, an excuse to get a sugar high and drink in front of a fire pit on your yard.
Drums and fire.
Drums and fire.
It's just like this image of like your wine cellar. It's just you with just a cupboard full of jars of wine with lids on.
It's like a, what do you call those? Not a pantry, the ones in the basements.
Cellar. I just
Yeah,
said.
it's a cellar.
I just said your wine cellar. I just said that.
Oh, yeah, you did. I was thinking like a fancy wine cellar. I meant like a cellar in a farmhouse cellar. Like for canning things.
I missed fire festivals.
Ooh, Fire Fest.
Since I got married, it's not really a thing anymore for me.
Yeah, I don't
And
think
also
so.
in America. Yeah. Pagan festivals were shit. Like ridiculous amounts of drinking, fire, dancing, and everything. Right. Here for the booze. Generally. She preserves wine. It won't keep. And then, you know why? Because as she pours each one into the jar, there's always some left that just won't fill up a jar.
Oh my gosh, what a great point. Can you put like moon water out, like you put moon wine out? You leave your moon wine in a jar overnight, and then that just purifies you.
I'll tell you what, I don't know if it will purify you. You'll get a mouthful of flies.
What a concept. I love it. I keep switching off the water.
Look at the booze. I said that I'd never know this one. Yes.
Moon wine or moonshine?
Space wine. Moonshine.
Alright, sorry.
Right.
Waffling.
Here for the booze.
Here for the booze. Witchy Lizard, Modern Valkyrie, and Imperial Madness. You just got a lid on your moon wine.
In terms of some things that are being put behind in the sense of letting go, moving past things that do no longer affect you, is good. This is memory, this is past, this is these things, and it is shaped like that for that reason. It kind of comes in and it can hook you, it can surround, it can edge its way in, but it isn't. It's here, it's on its way out in many forms. Okay, now here is the self. Ahead of you there is drive, there is courage and determination in forms of something that is an obstacle. Either side of this, there is communication, perhaps even conflict to do with something. On the other, there is love, and there is also something to do with work or education. It can either be both. I feel it is more work
No.
Everyone's got a bloody opinion today, I tell you. All right. Where we are in this modern boundary, this, the Page of Swords, is this rediment enacting something that must happen in counter to something. Okay, you know what that is. The Two of Swords is this anxiety, waiting, thinking, anticipation. The Wheel of Fortune here turns good. Okay, keep that in mind. The Eight of Pentacles here. This is progression in many ways. However, yeah, there is obviously a reason for what you asked, what you were saying. But that reason, I don't think, is what your fears are telling you along these lines, okay? There seems to be other forms of things happening here. One of them is stress in many ways. The other here, this is you. You are coming to this, you're not the reason. I don't mean that you're the reason. But you, well, wanting to make things right in that sense. But there is withdrawal in others, which is natural in some ways. Some things are left separate, some things are left magic ram, some things are left unsaid in the way of fear, because this person knows that once fear is voiced, it spreads. It's a virus, fear, and it works through language. Once I tell you what I am scared of, then you will be scared of it too. It's like a computer virus. That's how it spreads. This is the reason for this. Coming forth with emotion, opening up about things, something that may be difficult. Let's look ahead. There is something here. Star. The star is this form of shift of abilities, more so than its shift of roles in many ways. Okay. This something may have been something that is taking place, that is transitioning, because that's what people do. They adapt, they pick up things for each other, they move things around to make things work. The tower here is the change. This is the crux of something. I do not feel it is as bad as what fear, the deepest of fear, says. Okay? But it does mean that there are certain things here, certain things that need to be taken off the table in the way of what is done. Reducing forms of stresses, reducing forms of other things that can inflame a situation or condition is important. Okay, and that's something that must be talked about and discussed together. But when that happens, okay, in a sense though, there is still the self. The self is there. There is life and love, and more than anything, there is cherishing and work in that sense. So, yeah, not bad, not bad. Okay, but I can only imagine. I hope that helps.
Let's make medium bad over bad bad.
Oh my goodness, yes.
Medium bad.
Like,
It's
like
nice of you to be honest.
well, I'm not gonna say like it's not bad. It's not like oh, but it's just.
It's not great.
I mean, well, it wouldn't be. It's obviously not great if you're going. You know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? Like, obviously. So, but yeah, that's what I meant. You're welcome. So, mercurial madness, general.
Love you too.
Love you too.
Oh, Mercurial Madness just joined, so
Hello.
don't go anywhere. It's your reading.
What do you want to be happy about? What? You want to be happy too? What? Sniff them. Give them a good sniff. I got excited and accidentally scrolled away. I like that.
You're leaning too much, I think, on the table because YouTube says they can hear the table shaking.
Sorry.
Sniff it. There you go.
Healing. The first card here. But what is being healed is very close to home in many ways. The Great Bear, Ursa Major. This is the protector. And this is how healing starts. This is how healing initiates. Forms of injustice. The need, the sudden urge to hang on a minute. Why is everyone taking the piss? This is like, well, hang on a minute. Why am I the one? Do you know what I mean? That's what this is about. So, this healing is leading to something. This kind of like standing up, making decisive action. Now, that's what this is for. This is kind of forms of protection, protecting the self, which is not bad. Some people do, they protect the self for the wrong reasons. Okay. This isn't it. The wheel. This is the form of creation that takes time. This is, well, along with this one, forms of empowerment that are specific to you in terms of what I feel here to do with something to do with work, something to do with something that has taken time to do, to find a role in or do something. This is this embodiment of it. I love this card because for you, this card is like you are the moon. Okay, let's for instance just say like you have the embodiment of that, of a goddess of the moon. The most important thing that must be learnt from that aspect of the self goddess is that there are periods of darkness. It is not always the reflective light, the knowledge that it may give and gifts. It is also dark. Drawing on that is not a bad thing. As a matter of fact, it is encouraged. It is necessary because you are just like the moon, a creature of balance. And this is what this card is telling me here, that it's okay to get angry, especially when it comes to people who may disrespect you. The swan here is a form of journey. This journey is a transformation for you. There are forms of toxicity that are being left behind. moved past. But it brings to you new forms of abundance here, forms of spiritual abundance also, where strength, like true strength, not like strength, but true strength, is found as well. I hope that helps.
Hey, Orly Witch.
Turn this one up, please.
Mm-hmm. Oh, hi, Morgane. I love Morgane. I'm glad. That's so nice of Morgane to sing our praises.
Oh, thank you. That's sweet.
Yeah.
You're
Ask
welcome.
Morgane about Takis because Morgane loves Takis.
I was speaking
now.
to Morgane earlier.
Oh, yeah, you were.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I'm glad you like that song.
I know, it's such a great song.
Oh, Jenny Jack, when are you coming back? I'm pretty sure this one's for a Libra has no name.
Yes, that's right. Now, a Libra has no name. General reading. And we're going to do the same here in the way of cards, I think. That's right. No, that was my brother's name.
Jimmy.
No, Liam.
Hmm. I was like, what?
My twin brother.
Yes, if you get stuff on the website, leave us a review.
Now, this one is for you. Except someone keeps trying to catch my attention.
I think so. This one's for Christina.
Yeah.
I thought it was for a Libra has no name, but I might have gotten the username switched. So, Christina.
So it's not for a Libra has no name.
That was where I put the question marks. Oh, that's okay.
No, it's right.
Hey.
It's lovely. Thank you.
Yeah,
it is
okay.
a Libra has no name.
I thought so because you've tipped before, and so I'm pretty sure that was you. So I didn't want to assume.
Right. There's someone over there trying to catch my attention.
Oh my
really distracting. It looks like a Harlequin, not the DC Harlequin, like the Venetian Harlequin character from, the Renaissance literature. Someone's a man working on the chain. Forms of journey, that which is behind you, that which lay beside you, and that which you are held on. In other words, there is a lot in the way of forms of spirit or ancestral stuff that seems to be surrounding you at the moment. It's that time of year, naturally. But there are other reasons for this. They are gathering, swarming around almost. Something here in the way of change, but change that you have chosen, not simply that kind of taken by surprise like a shark kind of thing. More just, this is it. I'm going to do it. I don't know what it is, but I'm personally, but I'm going to do it. Well, there is victory. The weird thing is that the victory here is before the actual doing. It's known almost. I think that's the message to this, whatever that is. Something that you are going into, something that maybe there may be some elements of fear, is no need. Like, you've got this completely. Okay. The Eight of Pentacles here, working forms of material gain, finance, things like this, working your way up, working your way through. There is this clear ladder, and you're working your way up it. The Six of Cups is this that which is rewarded. It is rewarded almost from an ancestral point of view. There are so many people here, so many people who are like rooting for you. I don't know why, exactly why there's so many, but there is. Like, I'm seeing like 7 people just bustling around. Like, I just can't explain. Perhaps this is why the Magician. You're coming to a point where what you choose, what you turn your eyes to, you can accomplish. And so, therefore, I think that kind of form of love that they are kind of emanating on you is almost a form of reflection to show you that you do deserve the best. And if you're going to turn your eyes to something, make sure that your gaze is high, because you can accomplish it at the moment. It's something here is coming into a very big thing for you. I hope that helps.
Oh, my legs. My neck. My back. Right there.
I don't think I can work with you when you go and your cocktails.
Rude.
Don't give me that look.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Well, I'll just leave then. I'll just go. You got this. You can do this on your own. You want to work with me? I don't want to work with you. I'm going to quit. I'm quitting. You can't fire me. I'm quitting. I've quit.
You quit, you don't get any severance.
Severance? I don't want severance from you. Oh.
You're welcome.
You're welcome. They can fire me. Quit.
Yeah.
Cocktail is right in there. You need a wrong with cocktail. Don't look at me like that. You can't make it up now with your smirmy looks.
Smirmy?
Yeah, you know what you're doing.
I am in no way trying to glamour you.
Mm-hmm. Is it working? You do this. That's how you glamour me.
Is it?
Yeah, like this. Ah! He got me. Shots heard. Pew, 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 pew.
I would never, ever use any form of magic against my wife. That's unfair.
Such a lie.
Boom. Boom, boom, boom,
So funny.
boom.
Oh, yeah, do the spirit familiar. Let us know how it goes.
Oh, excellent. Nice. I'm glad to hear that. Here comes the smolder.
The smolder. Oh my gosh, yeah. I think I'm the more expressive one with my eyes, though, and my face.
Yeah, but your eyes are not like mine. They're expressive, but they're dead.
Well, thank you. I've worked really hard at achieving that look.
That was a joke. I'm only joking. You have lovely eyes.
Yeah, whatever, dude. I'm freaking tired anyway. It doesn't matter.
All right, fair enough.
Say what you will. Okay. Does anyone need a moderator? Applications.
I thought you quit.
Oh yeah, I quit. I forgot.
Right.
House of Cat.
House of Cat. Oh, turn this one up.
What?
My mother used to listen to this when I was a little boy. Please. Sorry.
Yeah,
manners. Must remember my manners. Mine is busy. Yeah, mine's been busy.
All right.
Okay. House of Cat. In a previous reading, you mentioned I had blockage in regards to love. I need to make something conform. Can you help me understand that better, Tara? Certainly. I just need to find it. Where are all my cards? Oh. I'm ready to be read to filth.
Red to filth.
I don't know about that. It's fine. You can go now.
What?
That clown thing.
Ew, what?
It's not a clown, it's like the Harlequin.
Yeah, you can go now.
Okay.
Let's do this.
Okay. Inverted upright, inverted upright. There is something in the way of withdrawal when it comes to forms of emotion. But it's a subtle thing. It's not something that you readily do. Okay. It's more that you go so far and then there's this almost moving back, almost like a tide. It's not a conscious thing, it is a subconscious thing. There is reason to this. The reason is held here within another, where love is. This is a form of domination where love comes. It is memory and memory only, yes. But this domination, this memory that dominates, has become something of a Goliath in many ways. You manifest. You do it. Whoops. You manifest without thinking, like we all do. However, due to whatever that is in a past sense that stops this, this is why this happens. It's that belief, the self-actualization. Okay, because we all do that. We all self-actualize. If we are not truthful with ourselves, okay, then oftentimes we will get a trigger. You know about this. Health problems. The throat, for instance. We may develop stutters, sores in the mouth because there is something that needs to come out that we are not saying to another person. When he's internalized the truth about ourselves, we may start feeling chest pains, things like that, or even migraines. These forms of self-actualization are only one way that something can manifest. The other way something manifests as well is when it comes to love. That which maybe we fear from a past experience of love, or that was told to us due to love from a past experience, we may not believe it consciously, but subconsciously that is still there. It is still very much alive. This, the High Priestess, is your antidote in many ways. Okay, it is forms of self-knowledge, self-knowing. I said on that thing about unlearning, and this is the whole point of how we manifest. You want to manifest, you want the good stuff, the nicey feel good things. We all do. But to do that, you first have to unlearn. You have to unlearn everything that was ever taught to you that could even incline to suggest that you are not deserving of it. That form of unlearning is hard because there are some things are truths that we build ourselves around. But that is the way that you break that form of these forms of manifestations that aren't actually what you in spirit yourself want, but only the ego speaks of fear. I hope that helps.
The ego.
The ego. What you want, baby, I got it. What you need, you know I got it.
Finally, this is for you, Allie.
For a little
Allison, this is for you.
You're welcome. General. Is this on the YouTube?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's on the YouTube. Let's do a bone because I like to be awkward. So, move you down here, and Mum will tell me if it looks right. I'm guessing about there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Here, you are surrounded by others. There are forms of finance, a large one-off sort of sum in some way, and a conundrum of a matter of how to obtain it, how to get it, that may be shared with others in some form, something that is wanted. This feels more like forms of family than friendship. There is strength here, but also there is a divide. There is doubt. This doubt is also sown within those kind of patterns of family. There is forms of nourishment or uplifting that comes from them, but also other things that are slightly toxic because that's what families are about. But here, spirit working very close when it forms of love, happiness, a journey. This journey is a journey of, well, ascension in many ways. It is moving upwards, surpassing other kind of thoughts that dominate or hold you down in some way. Where pain is concerned, this is what creates the biggest damage. This pain lay in the past, forms of conflict from the past, and the protection, even to now. Perhaps not thinking about something, perhaps disregarding it as dead. Revisiting that, understanding what it is and who you are now, seeing it for what it is, can help you greatly there, give you a sense of power over it. There is accomplishments where your intuition is guarding. This is the trial. This is the problem. But there is success where your intuition guides you. It is a matter not of having control, but giving up control in many ways, allowing yourself to journey in those places that you internally may not wish to journey. Here, there is fear in a choice, a decision to be made. Exposure, it seems, here is what can be feared. But although it comes in a way of anxiety and frustration, there is much to be had in progress in that way. As a matter of fact, so much so that I would say it's life changing for the better. I think that's right. I hope that helps. You're welcome. Down by the sea, yeah. On a blanket with my baby, where I'll be. She's falling asleep.
No, I'm not.
You're having some fun. Margot, birthday reading. I'm looking
Birthday.
extra glowy. Oh, I don't know what that means. Is that a good thing?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. It's because I'm expecting.
Taco baby.
Taco baby. I have to have tacos. Okay, Margot, let's have a look. I fucking love Motown. Right. Extra glow. I reckon you're right.
I think we should probably close out the readings after these three. What do you think?
Sure.
Okay. No more readings, guys. Don't tip us. These are our last, well, it's 2 now.
You made that sound like, oh, it's just two. The Nine of Pentacles. What's not being shared? What's not being spoken about here? Is it finance? Love? Health? I'm not sure. But something here is being withheld. Perhaps it is you. Perhaps it is another. Someone here is like, it's almost like, I'm worried. I don't want to overstress about something. I don't want to put something or the onus on someone else. I don't want to worry anyone about something. Fuck that. It's not what it's about. You need to, excuse my language, you need to, this is something that is, this is exposure. This is drawing attention to something because it needs it. Okay? Strength is inverted. Very strange with strength is inverted, but it doesn't mean weakness, but it does mean the absence of a form of strength. Someone else's strength is required here. Why aren't you asking for it? I think it's you, at least. There is the world and the Eight of Cups. The world here is wonderful. It is everything that is possible, which is everything. But for you personally, there is so much. For this is almost walking away from that in some way. Not walking perhaps, but turning away from it. Seeing something as though that's too far ahead. That's, I dare not dream about that. I dare not think that big.
She's got nice boobies. No, sorry.
Oh, I see. I thought you meant Mark.
Well, I'm sure Margo has very nice boobies
I
too.
was like, really?
Happy birthday,
It's
Margo's boobies.
It's quite unprofessional. Anyway.
I never said anything about Margo's boobies. That was terrifying. What noise was that? It's like a cat.
It was like a cat.
It was like a cat and a kid mixed together.
We don't have a cat anymore.
We don't have a cat or a kid. Oh, wait, we do.
We have 3 kids. Right. This here is this turning away from is something that needs to be addressed. As I said, this kind of like, oh, I dare not. That's too big. It's too. No, it's not. It's this forms of what you may aspire to reach there is so close, closer than you think. But it's never going to get closer unless you communicate with someone in some way, in some forms. It may even be with the self. I don't know. It's about like looking at this, accepting something, and saying, "This is. I need to look at this. I need to deal with this." There is victory over that. Though. There is this. It's more than just victory. It's dominating it. It's just plowing over it. And that's the takeaway message from that. And happy birthday
Happy birthday
to you.
and your boobies.
Squash tomatoes and stew.
Woo, woo.
Do you have that here? That one?
No,
Guess not.
no, we don't. That noise was weird. It was like if a kid was pretending to be a cat and trying to like make the shrieking noise.
Why don't you go and investigate?
Hell no, I'm not gonna go over there by myself. You have friggin' Harlequin back here. I'm not
The
jumping around with
Harlequin's
him.
gone now.
Well, I'm
The
just saying.
thing was like 4 foot tall. It was nothing.
It was a chupacabra. Don't say that. That is the what is that one called?
Art Nouveau Golden.
Golden Terrier.
The back looks like this, so you can see it if you want to grab it.
Yeah, see it. There we go.
Yeah. Art Nouveau Golden. People love these ones. They are really pretty cards. I think it's getting close to that time where I need another deck of cards.
Oh boy. Well, we're taking recommendations. Send me or win a message of one you like.
Oh, the ones with the animals. The Wildwood Tarot.
Wildwood.
The Wildwood Tarot.
They are awesome cards.
Really old ones, actually.
Woo.
But they're really good cards. And yeah.
All right, last one of the
Alexa.
night would be Melissa.
Is moving into the new place the best decision? I'm leaving my boyfriend, John. Let's have a
You're welcome. Happy birthday, honey. It could have been your energy that made the noise. That'd be weird.
Well, like, nah. Is that what your energy sounds like? Nah.
I feel like Brandon would not have that noise. But...
No. Well, that would be so funny. Where am I? Anyways, oh, you're on YouTube. You're on the YouTube. I'm sorry. I'm looking at TikTok and I'm like,
no,
where
don't do
are you?
that.
You're not here. There
Don't
you
do
go.
that.
That is nowhere near me. It's
It
like
is.
pointing over there.
No. Look, I'll pull it up on the screen so you can see
No,
what it
it's
is.
all right.
See? When you do this,
See, I told you it's over there.
when you do this, it's like really far. Anyway.
Right.
Oh, you tipped? I didn't even see that, Kai. Oh, my bad. We'll do Kai next. Sorry, Kai. I
Keep
didn't
it
see
by
that.
your bed or in your dresser. What are we talking about? A gun? What?
Brady shrieks.
I keep all my I keep all my shrieks in a jar by my bed. Ah!
I'm right here.
The moon. This is the formulation. Oh, so his roommate doesn't see. Honestly, I'd go completely the other direction. Get a massive sabbatic goat skull and just stick it on your door. No one will see anything then. There'll be two. Don't do that. Probably not a good idea. The moon. The moon is this energy that formulates, that builds something that has been building for a while. Yes. But there is this feeling of that which the moon also does, the tide, the pull and push constantly, repetitive thing happening over and over. Then there comes the crunch. the Ace of Wands. The Ace of Wands is the action, the decisiveness to carry something out. This, I think, is the move. I'm looking at that camera, you're there. I'm so sorry, I keep doing that. This comes from this form of temperance, but this is this transferal. You are taking back energy. It is not just the action of it. It is not simply forms of pettiness. You are taking back energy, energy that you need. Boom. This is someone else. You guys can see as well. This this is one here who completely, there's a lot of butt hurt going on there about
Butthurt.
something. Thank you for that contribution, my dear.
What am I here for? Not for that.
So there is this, and it feels a bit petty in some ways. It feels a little bit not happy about things. Okay, but that is a selfish standpoint in many ways, because here, what is coveted, what is coveted is this, the self. This is your emotions, what you need, what you feel is more important at the moment. Okay, there needs to be respite. There needs to be forms of recovery in many ways. The journey. This, however, well, it's separation in many ways, but it is separation that also leads to growth. It's not so much of a goodbye thing, rather than like I'll see you later, if that makes sense. Yeah, I hope that helps. Sorry, I had like a cluster of brain farts then, as I was trying to.
Oh, the brain part. Pew, pew.
You're welcome. Oh, we've got another.
Just a little one on the end here.
What you feel, I am open. Which you read as shenanigans.
Hi. Sorry, you're always gonna be Alchemist Kai now.
So, I don't know. Right, they changed the name. Let them change their name
No.
to another thing.
Nope. It rose the tail cards on the skin and then it sniffs up.
Yeah, it does. So I'm prepared, and it makes me imprinted. What about the tarot?
Oh man, I have tarot cards. I just
Henry.
read the book. Bro.
Honestly, go. I mean, you have to do what's comfortable to you. All right.
They're
Lots of
oracle
people
cards.
especially tarot cards. Traditionally, they're supposed to be kept in white silk. I ain't got enough. I can't go and buy like 5 bolts of silk for all the cards I've got. I put them on the shelf, and that's my piece of silk. Like, you have to make things work for you. At the end of the day. Now, anyways, sorry.
Okay, so Kai word.
All right.
No, that's what they just said.
What?
It says Kai works, Mama.
Oh, right. Sorry.
Give me dirty looks. Jeez.
Yeah, well.
Man.
I'm just returning the favor.
You're on me tonight, sir. Whoa. You want to sleep outside with the creepy animal thing? You can.
They're called family, and yeah, I've done it. I've done it for years. Sleeping. They're called family. I used to share my little campsite in the woods with a fox for like 2 years. Me and the little creepy crawly things go way back. I'm fine with them.
You're welcome, Melissa.
They are. They're invented for a game. Really, it's just what we use to adapt. What we use to get the message. There are other people here. This is very reminiscent of the reading I gave you in many ways. That's the card. This one here. This forms of charity, people with their hand out, but it comes from compassion as well. The problem here with this is this card that is next to it. This is that which is poured away. That you what you give of yourself. Remember we were saying that? This is a big thing here. The compassion is difficult to sever that. It's difficult to kind of create that form of distance. Sometimes, I don't know about you, but I feel like if I make that distance, will I be able to get that back? Like I go on holiday and I think to myself, am I still sensitive to others and their feels? Because I've pushed cut myself off. I'm like mundane Elwynn for a length of time. And of course I can come back. Of course you can come back. But it is that thing that we open that floodgate. Yeah, we open that floodgate and it streams and streams and streams. But then when do we get to actually close that? This is what we were saying in the way of that form of fear. Now, nothing in that sense. And many people don't know this. Um, there's this thing that I was told about, and it was only told to me once because it is something that people who know it fear it. That you can burn yourself out, but when a psychic burns themselves out, they can actually sever links. Doesn't mean you can't get them back, but it can be bloody hard work. This is not what this means, okay? The reason I'm saying it is because that is in what it is in the way of fear. That's not the case. Here, this is rest. This is forms of respite. This is what is needed, especially to do with the other reading. Yeah, that this is forms of rest and respite that is needed. Can you go in there and check on the dog, please?
She's all right.
Okay.
Just sniffed.
Sorry. Forms of spiritual progression is needs to be put on hold. You're running a marathon here. You are running a marathon. You have understood the assignment and then gone beyond. But
Understood the assignment.
there are people screaming at you. You just slow down. That doesn't mean work-wise slow down. It just means don't push. Don't keep pushing. Sit within where you are. Gather what you've got and rest. Become comfortable in it. It's not going to go anywhere. All right? Nothing is going to go anywhere. All right? Ethereal and mundane in that sense.
I understood
I
the
hope that
assignment.
helps.
Good job, Dad. Say bye to YouTube.
That do good.
Yeah, do good.
Goodbye, YouTube.